Check. Shout out to everybody here. So sorry, it must have been a power outage because I had no idea that I had such good music playing just now. I was blasting it. I was feeling amazing. Now I see too, like it says I'm over modulated when I'm not. It's doing one of these days. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. We're inside a massive long here for BTC. And we want to see kind of where we're going to go here. I'm in along on the 6 hour. I'm in along on the weekly. I'm in along on the daily. I'm in along on the monthly. Like, I've been in along for days now. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why I believe we bottomed out for Bitcoin and why I keep buying more BTC at these massive levels and why it's probably one of the greatest opportunities in our lives. So if you're prepared for that, if you're ready and you want to have a massive journey with me today, jump on into the Crypto Lifer Show. My name's Sam Price. We live trade here. We show you liquidity. We show you what's actually happening behind the scenes. Right now, I'm looking at BOOKMAP. It's a liquidity heat map order book, telling me where the orders are. Telling us there's a lot of shorts above us that are going to get wiped out at 64.5 and 65,000. The odds now are very high that we're going to get a move to the upside because there's more liquidity above us. And that's a very simple way to read BOOKMAP. You don't have to be a genius. It's that simple, but you have to use it all the time. If you don't use it all the time, you won't understand what it means. You won't be able to use it. You got to keep using it every single day, all the time, no matter what. I'm in a 6 hour long. I've been nice enough to show my long, and I gave this to the trading group last night, though. We had a pump, I guess, in the middle of the night. They gave it right back, but now we're getting it right back again. And I longed here at the bottom. When we got to this 200 moving average, I told everyone I'm going to wait for the candle to turn green. This candle turned halfway green. I said, I'm front running it just like I told you. I told my group exactly what I was going to do before I did it. I waited hours before it happened. Exactly at the 6 hour, and the 6 hour candle is a really fun candle to trade. I'll tell you why. It closes at 8 p.m. It closes at 2 a.m. It closes at 8 a.m. It closes at 2 p.m. And you get confirmation when you get a close. So there's some serious movement here. So when this closed above the 200 moving average and held position, told me there could be, and look, we have a green R here on the stochastics RSI, extremely oversold on my indicator of momentum. So I got my momentum indicator telling me that the sellers are weak. I've got a strong indication on the 200 moving average that I use so much. Everyone here knows that I use the 200 like it should be tattooed on my face, right? Well, not on my face, but maybe on my arm. You see what I'm saying? But seriously, like, I use the 200 all the time, constantly. Like, it's something we use every single day here, for all different reasons. And if you learn about how I trade and why I trade with the 200 moving average, I think you'll eventually be amazed, and it'll free you from your emotions. You'll stop making horrible decisions, and you'll stop being able to really trade for a living in a way you've never thought possible. You could turn trading into an actual day job if you have a system. If you have no system, you cannot turn trading into a day job. Very unlikely. More likely, you might win some, you might lose some, you might go up and down, but the odds of you being here for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years straight are very low. A lot of people make it through 2 years of trading. Maybe even 4 years. Heck, maybe even 5. But not many people make it to 10. And some people don't. Some people make their money and go on and do something different. Oh, yeah, I made some money trading, then I did this. I made some money doing that, and then I did that. Remember, I'm still inside the 3-day long that I got into that didn't really pan out, but I never got stopped out. So I kept the long open. I felt there was no reason to close it. And then I opened up the scalp last night on the 6 hour time frame. So here's the scalp that has cut this in, somewhat by a third, right? And I'm looking for this pump to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. To get a move all the way up there to about 66,652 for BTC. All right. So, and every there is 202, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, I'll make about $2,400 if I can hit this key level. It'd be a nice little payday for this move. So that's what I'm looking for. We're going to get into the smaller time frames too as well. This is live trading on weeks. You can hit the link if you want to trade where I trade on weeks. I do receive a commission. I greatly appreciate that. But what happens is you also get hooked up. There's also awesome opportunities. There's promos, and there's the safety of knowing that if anything happened on a year's ready, I could dig into it, find out what's going on, and help you. So that is the key. You're not out there alone in this world. You actually have someone who has a huge reputation in the market that is known around the world that'll go to bat for you. It's actually exclusive. Like, it's unbelievable. So, like, the link gives you something you wouldn't even believe. Anyway, that's kind of the benefit of all, being inside the umbrella and underneath the lifer the lifer hold underneath the lifer umbrella. Yeah, we're going to double up today. We probably shouldn't, but we're going to double up a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't hey. Last night was crazy. I couldn't seem to sleep last night for whatever reason. My mom was racing. I was thinking. I was building. And I got into one of those digital holes. I was like learning about computers, learning about parts. I ended up doing something crazy last night as I went to bed. I did. You know what I mean? What motherboard I had to do it, man. I had to do it. I bought the Glacial, man. I got this motherboard right here. The Glacial, bro. This thing is so beautiful. The XA70E. First, I got the XA70 Hero, which is only $569, which is probably great. Would have been better if 4 years older than my motherboard now, right? But my mind said, go for it, man. Get the Glacial. And I went and got the Glacial, bro. This is one of the most beautiful AI, ASUS AI Advisor, AI, you know what I mean? AI cooling. This is one of the greatest. Look at the 7 M.2 slots. Like, it's insane. With Roger Hyper M2 card. Like, this is just. We got that DDR5. My RAM's all DDR5. AMD AM5 socket for my Ryzen 900. I'm going for the newest processor AMD in there. This thing is going to rock the socks off the world, man. It's beautiful. That's the heatsink right there on top of the SSD. It's just amazing. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm a computer nerd. I'm getting super excited about my new computer. It's been it's taken about 2 weeks. I've been getting parts in as they come. Amazon was better than Newegg. Prices were basically the same. I got a business account, so I got business discounts that I wouldn't have gotten at Newegg. I got it cheaper than Newegg. Just not trying to be rude, Newegg, but I did beat you with Amazon. About this, I'd have to say almost dollar to dollar about the same, though. I shouldn't say maybe because of the business discounts, I took a little, and honestly, they were pretty big. Every once in a while, like a graphics card would be $2,000 and they'd give it to me for 17, like $199 off for the business discount. Pretty nice, man. So, hey, it's for the business. I use it every single day. Let's do our top-down analysis for Bitcoin. Let's break down exactly what I see happening and why. Last night I was a little under the weather too. Been a weird couple of days. This looks like this is a complex head and shoulder that didn't play out. Shoulder, head. Like that should have dumped, and like it went up. You could say, oh, it made another right shoulder, possibly, but I feel like this is kind of the end zone here. You had all that time to kind of end it. You can say, well, a shoulder, head, and shoulder here too. It doesn't look amazing. I get it, but I'm long, man, because of these green R's. You see them very rarely on the 6 hour. The last time we saw a green R on the 6 hour time frame, the way we're seeing it now, it's kind of crazy. It was right here, and we got a beautiful bounce from 75,000 all the way to about 82K. Not saying it's amazing, but there's a pump coming. And then the last time we had the green R was right here. We went from 58,000 all the way back up to 66. And then the third time right there, the green R, you can see we got a beautiful bounce from the low at 62.8, eventually hitting highs of 73, coming down without going to that low again and hitting a high of 75, not hitting the low again and going all the way to 82. But anyway, no guarantees. Nothing is 100% here at trading, but I'm just going by probabilities. It's looking interesting. I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Let's take a look at the monthly and do what's called a top-down analysis. Before I do that, let me just jump on into the 1 minute and see what's happening on the smaller time frames. Wow, hold up. Right now, there is a bit of a flag here for Bitcoin. I'm happy that I did that. Everybody, if you're live trading with me, this is a beautiful entry. This is telling us that we should take a shot here. I'm also going to take a shot. It just looks too dang good. The 6 hour is poised. They tried to dump us last night. Liquidity seems above us. If I can stretch this out a little longer there, yes, I need my stop below this line and the 200. All right. A little bit of a stretch. I may not get all the way to 6.4, 6.09, but I'm willing to take a shot here. I'm going to scalp this. In here, when you're doing isolated, separated, you can have multiple trades that don't interact with each other. The board gets a little tricky, I'll be honest, because you got a lot on the board. But once you know what you're doing and what you traded, it's simple, right? So 63,534 is going to be our stop. The entry is going to be right now, without a doubt. That's one of my great. I love that. I'm going 353 for 900. Let's go. Bang. Did that get caught? It did. Boom. So we got the old school long on the 3-day that I've been in for days. I've got the scalp that or the, maybe a couple day scalp, or swing trade. I should call it a 4 to 5 day swing trade on the 6 hour. And then I've got a scalp right now that I'm looking to get in and out of in the next, 5 hours at the most. So it could take, longer than you think. I'd like the 1 minute to roll. So I did just enter a live trade right now. I may lose 350. I may gain 950. You can see kind of what I did. If you want to see the numbers exactly, you can just roll them up here just like so. 970 there. Bang. And then the stop would be right there. It's going to be actively right below this key level. Right? 334. I'm using this wick and the 200 moving average. I'm using the entry of the 21. All right? So that takes care of live trading right now. I like what I'm seeing. Now, this could dump in my face and come and stop me out in 2 seconds. Don't get pissed if you enter this trade and it stops you out. If I lose, I'm not the biggest loser in the world. If I win, I'm not a genius. Just let this trade do its thing by probability. There's a chance it loses. There's a chance it wins. I have to say, I can't, because I am not 100%, there's no way this trade is guaranteed to win. Facts, right? So if we know it's not guaranteed to win, then I'm taking a chance. Agreed? Agreed. So by logic, because other people they don't logically think about trading. They just kind of go into whatever and say whatever. But if you logically think about trading, okay, realize that no man knows it all. Everyone trades probabilities. The people that have seen a lot more than others might have a bit of an edge. That's the only thing, because there is probability involved. Just like a quarterback, man, he's thrown a pass so 100,000s of times. He knows for a fact the odds of him going 40 for 40 on the game. How many games did he never miss a throw? There's probably one, or maybe there's one in his life, right? It's very rare when a quarterback goes 100% the entire game, right? They might go 100% for a quarter, 2 quarters, maybe even 3 quarters. But eventually someone drops a pass. Eventually something is overthrown. It just happens, right? So even the greatest quarterbacks know that there's going to be a miss. It's not about the miss. It's about getting up and keeping doing it. And that's what trading is. Like nobody knows what's going to happen for sure. But you keep throwing it, right? You can't not throw that touchdown pass. You can't not try to drop that dime, right? You drop that dime, baby. And you know what I mean? Dropping dimes, and not like I'm saying, dropping dimes, and the street is talking, dropping a dime in football is putting it right where it's got to be, baby. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We ain't no dropping dime. Snitches get stitches out of here, man. So anyway, I like what I'm seeing here for 63,761. I am long on this move. Let's get back into the top-down analysis and give you what you deserve, what you desire, and what goes on. I also have some scans cooking for you. Oh, I got an altcoin right now that's looking hot. I want to give it to you before I forget. I think it's called Advantis. It just, the chart looked tight. Dang it. It's been pumping. See, it was doing this, man. Look for this. 6 hour, 200 moving average, 21. Oh my gosh. Look at that cup and handle. The Sammy special. This thing just took off like an absolute rocket. I'm worried that my trading style is getting too popular. People are finding out about it, doing it. What happens if everyone does it and then we have to do something different? So I got to develop like a secret trading style behind my trading style that nobody knows about, that I only leak out slowly. Once everybody does what you know what I mean? No, maybe this, it's funny, as much as I say that, it looks like this stuff just continues to work. And that's what's so crazy about the markets. Once we cool down and calm down, we could take advantage. So Advantis looks interesting. It just, look at this. It's in a bit of a flag on the 5-minute. Looks like it might want to go a little more. I don't know. It's high risk, but this thing was hot, man. I remember the whole Matic team left and started working on it. No. Advantis was the, Advantis is the, Advantis is the Coinbase associated DEX like Aster. Dude, this could start ripping again. And got a little bear div there. Interesting. I don't know. Seems to be some heavy volume on Advantis right now. You do whatever you want with that information. Let's get back into Bitcoin. And let me jump into the chat in a second, too. What is going on there? Wow, today's an odd day, man. Oh, wow, that's the end. I'm like, it's sitting like I can't change it. And I'm like, how could you not let me change it? All right. I like Hazen. I just want all Hazen. I just want all Hazen. Hold on. Hazen's hot. Like, yeah, all tracks by Hazen. Hazen's the best, man. I just like the way he does it. I don't know. It speaks to me, you know. All right, so we look at the monthly, and I've been telling everybody this looks exactly like last time, man. I'm getting deja vu. Yeah, deja vu. There's a place near my house where I grew up called Poo Poo Chinese food. I don't understand why you would call a place Poo Poo. You know what I mean? It was P-U-P-U. I get it. I'm not trying to be rude. Someone would probably be Chinese and be like, dude, that's my home province, bro. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying it was called Poo Poo Chinese. It was so strange. Of course, the food wasn't good either. Like, you know what I mean? What? Yeah, I ate there a couple times. What? I was hungry. It's the only thing open, man. You know how the Chinese places are. Especially in Boston, man. Places close at like 8, 9 p.m. over there. Anyway, so it's not like New York. You live in New York City, you live in Boston. Boston closes down early bird style. It started to get more 24/7, but, you know, only in the last like 8, 9 years. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to me looks brewing on the monthly. You know? It's just like there's hidden bullish divergence on the monthly. What is that? It's an uptrend in price from one low to the next. All right? It's an uptrend in price from one low to the next, and a boom back to the upside here. 127, you know? 175, right? A nice move to the upside. All right? And so, to me, this is likely what's going to happen here. Then you pull the big-time fib from the beginning to end, and like everyone says you have to go to the 706, but what if you have more people in than you ever had? You don't hit the 706 when there's massive money coming in on the, you know? These institutions are in now. Maybe they don't want to take a hit to 37,000. Maybe that will lower sentiment in their products. That might not be good for that might not be the best commercial for them. A deep pullback will be good. The volatility is what's exposing the promise in Bitcoin. See, when you have volatility like this, it shows that it's young and new. See? It's interesting. It's almost like when something begins, it doesn't fit exactly right because it has to kind of almost like get stretched in or has to like fit the format. You know, you buy a new car, the first couple drives are a little like, you got to break the engine in. It does almost smells funny. New car smell is great, but in a way, it's almost toxic. You got to air the car out, you know, leave the windows open in the garage kind of. You got to, you know what I mean? Then you grow into the car. Things start to move, you know what I mean? There's other things that you have to like do things to first or they don't work right. You got to like break them in. I think a new car, you're not supposed to go like 100 miles an hour the first time you're on it. Like you're supposed to break it in slowly. You could crack them like this, the manifold or something, right? I could be wrong. I'm just, you know, I'm not a mechanic, bro. But I'm a tinkerer. I know I can fix anything I put my mind to. And anyone here can. Anyone can fix a car. Anyone can fix a computer. Any of you could do anything, especially with AI now. There's a guy out there showing you exactly how to do it. It's all about time. Do you have the time to do it? That's all that matters, you know? Look at that. I didn't even get to clean my eyes out today, man. That's what kind of morning it was for me, bro. I got my sleepies caked in. Seriously, I got sleepies caked in. Hurting. You know, they start to hurt when you don't get them out, man. At least you know I had a good night's sleep. That's your eye blocking all possible light so you can produce more melatonin. Isn't that funny? It's like a crease, and then your eye blocks light there, so you can't. Isn't that? It's kind of funny. Like, to me, that's how I think about it. It's probably not the case, but I make up my own reasonings for a lot of stuff. And you know what? I don't care if it ain't what other people think. It's what I think. So look, we got a bounce here off the 618 Fibonacci all the way back up to 176,000. This looks interesting to me. And you know what? It could be wrong. Could get a black swan and make a dip to the 706, and we might do something like this, and we might have a low. April 1st, right? April Fool's Day or something like that. You never know. Then we're a year from a halving. So crazy how long we've taken, and now we're only 1 year from the halving. You know? 1 year. It's pretty amazing. So I'm excited because this whole area is a buying opportunity for me. And the crypto fear and greed index went to 5 twice, while the stochastics RSI and the 2-week chart were below the dotted line. That is my go-to buy zone. I've been teaching students that inside my group, inside my lessons for years now. Showing and helping as many people as I humanly can. The class will be back on probably by, I think, this week. We finalized the class today, and it will be back on this week, ready to go. I can't wait to show you what I did. I revamped the class, made it bigger. It is more expensive, but it has way more into it. And I think it's going to really help anyone that takes it. And if you want to retake it or jump on it with me, it's going to be there. And we do it live, man. We'll probably give recordings if you'd like them. And people can buy those, but the live class is amazing. 2-week chart looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing here on the 2-week chart. All right. The bullish divergence is what I keep eyeing on, folks. So I got to... Someone asked me to change the music. Whenever I do that, it's iffy. I like this one. But I can't. I need instrumentals, We got bullish divergence here on the 2-week chart. That hasn't happened since we bottomed in November of 2022. So, and it's a really strong, obvious divergence. It took a massive sell-off to create. And we dipped down into this like $57,000, $59,000 region. And to me, it was like an absolute steal. So anywhere, and again, and I tell people this too, like you're now very close to the 2-week 200 moving average. Like that's just very, very close. This is why I use the Binance chart, right? I'm showing you that you could long this right now. Look, I got this open. I'm in this long right now. Like I've taken these long. Feel like the odds are high that we got to be in these longs. So you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But these key levels are very, very interesting to moi. And it looks like we could be getting some love here. So 2-week bullish divergence is a huge indication. You cannot act like it doesn't exist. The weekly bull div screaming at us in the face to buy more BTC. You see? It's just such an amazing time to be alive. All right? Got this beautiful flag forming on the weekly for Bitcoin. Getting very tight. Sad thing is, could it be a bear flag that drops you? And it kind of maybe might come right down to there to 55,000 just because that's like the trend, It's possible. I'm open-minded to these ideas, but I feel like the indicator is telling me that it's just highly unlikely. It's just very, very unlikely. Like to go against it would be not the best idea. So I don't have emotions in this. I'm not telling you where the bottom is. I'm showing you what indicators are telling you where the bottom is. That's all. And I'm proving to you that they've been the bottom because I'm showing you them right here was the bottom right there. Right there was the bottom. Right? You don't see green R's and right here too. At the pandemic and right there when we had this area was the bottom. When you have this downtrend, but you stop the sell pressure, it starts to tell you what goes on. You see? So, all right. I got to do instrumental only. Hold on. This is annoying. I know what to do. Instrumental only, though. Like, I don't want nothing else, though. Yeah. Now they're just, dang. Hold on. I got one other way to do it. Man, this is annoying. Sorry. When you're tired out, rock and roll and run a show like unbelievable, and then you're like, damn, man, no one even realizes what I'm really doing. Like, today's an off day for me, right? But whatever, it's still an on day. I feel amazing. Let me not talk about it. Just keep it moving. Keep my mouth shut, right? Nobody knows it's off until you say it's off, Sebby. Right? We change it up. Change it up. A little hip-hop background. Anyway. Bitcoin. Yeah, that doesn't do it for me, though. 80 BPMs? No, we got to raise the BPMs at least. This is all right. I like this track. This track rocks for me. Yo, let me tell you how I get it. Let me get a little wheezy. So, this looks like a head and shoulder pattern that's going to get a lot of people short. They're going to go short on this. A lot of times I would tell us ourselves to head short, but I don't short bullish divergence. I'm not, you know what I mean? I got too many years behind me. I know better. I just know better. The odds aren't with me on this one. 7-day chart looking bullish, like it's coming up on something. No one could really, you know what I mean? It's a hidden chart. A little bit of a cup and handle there. 5-day chart with the wick to the upside, just looking like it's cooking. Something to the sideways movement here. I wouldn't be surprised if we go sideways through August. September 3rd, you know what I mean? Then we got August, we have to pump August the last night. We have to hit a resistance. September 1st turns in, we have to dump. Maybe till the 3rd, 4th, 5th, possibly. Then we start to pump, and we get the wick on the monthly chart, and you see what I'm saying? But that's how we want it. You know, I can already see how it's got to play out for the candles to look correct, because the candles look correct, and that's the move. And the candles have to look correct. Everything's got to come together. It's not easy. It's got to do it the right way. So, shout out to my lifers and everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here as we're banging on them every single day, baby. I love what I do. You can tell this is where I like to be, in my pocket. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in and being absolutely amazing. Long live the lifers, man, and the whole community. So the daily is the one right now. You see? They've been toying with us, boy. Like, they've been playing with because they make it look bullish. Like, this is supposed to go to the top of the channel. Very rarely do you break out and not go to the top of the channel. This move here was very odd. This run back for 3 days, very strange. And it also kind of gave you this indication that we were going to make a head and shoulder pattern. Like, you had to start saying shoulder, 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 head, shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Like, it looks like a complex head and shoulder. It's going to dump in our face. Maybe it still does. Curving up with the stochastics, though, suggests no. Lack of bearish momentum with the MACD suggests no. That draw tool can get on you, man. So, yeah, see, this is like, these are just really small histograms on the MACD telling me there's just not a lot of love there for BTC. For the shorts. You know what I mean? For the BTC shorts. See how I did that? I almost lost it. He got it back. Okay, so look. What I see is something weird, but I've seen this before. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. See that? It's in there, man. You can't, you know what I mean? It's an inverted head and shoulder. It's there. Oh, it's there. Oh, she there, baby. Oh, she there. Oh, that's it, baby. Oh, that's it. I see it. I see this cup and handle, higher low. As I told you, look, that was a low, but that's a higher low. That's a higher high. There's this eerily tiny little uptrend digging itself out of here. Even the 4-hour, we can't close candles higher than this topping area. Even top the wick by barely what we did. And then this is higher low. When you make a higher low compared to here, you know now that the odds are you're breaking this. This is trend analysis. You gotta believe in this stuff like it's the realest thing you've ever seen. You can't just be like, oh, maybe. Look at the bullish engulfing candle for Bitcoin. I think we just got some boom on our mini trade here. Up 139 if you took the call. Let's see what can happen here. Can we get a continuation here? We did break out. We're now back above resistance. Low volume. Trading on Thursday in the summer is very tough. If we get out of this one and make some gains, I will be pleasantly surprised because the order book sucks in August. And it's not going to be the funnest day ever. It is what it is, man. But look, I'm just getting here. I don't know, if you went harder than me, you might have made gains. I could close the day already up $300. I feel like this is the type of trading I just take 380. You do that every day, then in 10 days I'll make $4,000. Been very aggressive with the price action for me Moving my stop losses to break even a little too early, because I just don't trust the volume. We're not getting movement. Like this, come on, keep it pumping, dude. Now you're going to come back all the way down again? I always build what I don't want to see. There could be a possible head and shoulder here that takes me down. I may lose the trade. It's not a perfect day. And it's honestly the last couple of weeks for me, really good trading last week. This week has been one of my tougher weeks, So I'm, you know what I mean? I'm basically looking to get a big payday if things go my way, but this trade is taking forever, man, on that 3-day chart. These long-term, they're just taking forever to play out. So they're just going to wait. And what happens is when you're used to getting 500 to $2,000 a day, or even just, taking a shot and moving your stop loss to break even, making small losses. I get adrenaline off of small losses because they let me know that my next day could be the bigger day. I love a small loss day. Because I'm like, I was in the game, I was fighting, and I didn't have to take a big hit to stay around. You know what I mean? I didn't get I took a flesh wound, but I didn't bleed out. I'll take a flesh wound all day trading, bro. Think about trading like being in war, bro. You cannot bleed out. Don't let them bleed you out, bro. Don't let them go for the jugular. You know what I mean? You got to take it easy. See, we get this bounce off the 200 moving average. Consolidate again on the 1-minute time frame. I can't look. Let's get back to the top down. 4-hour closes when? We know when. 12 o'clock today. We want to see that close into a bullish engulfing candle. That would be the thing. Still technically a resistance. I felt like we broke out, came back inside. We broke out twice. Real weird price action, to be honest here. Almost like a wavy W. I don't know, man. I can't, I don't know what to tell you. It's chop in the summer. The bigger picture looks good, though. It's a higher low. The trend in itself is okay. I can only get bearish if the 4-hour closes below this wick here, 62,270. Really, if we just take out this box. If we end up taking out this box, yeah, that's Bear City. But we kind of have a double bottom there. We showed some real strength at 62.5. Because really, once it puts in the bottom areas, people are going to have to respect the bottom areas. It's going to say, hey, I ain't going down to 59K no more. You tried all your shenanigans. You tried Strader Hermuse. You tried Clarity Act baloney. You tried raising the interest rate and Kevin Warsh not being a dove. You've done it all. And it don't matter. Bitcoin is still a scarcer asset than the dollar. They're continuing to print the dollar. See, it's like a magician who keeps wanting you to look over here, look over here, look over here. For a while, people kept looking over there. But now everyone is seeing what Bitcoin does and what's going on. And they're like, no, I get it now. People aren't being stupid. You know what I mean? People understand what's happening. They can read history now because of AI. You can get a history book lesson. You can sit down and say, tell me everything about this and summarize it. I want to learn about 18th century Germany. I want to learn about the Spanish-American War. Give me the origins. Tell me who was the hero. What was the catalyst? How did we win? You know what I mean? What's the conspiracy theories behind it? Is there anything that people think that maybe isn't true, but I want to know? Dude, summarize it. Make it readable in under 20 minutes. And you know what I mean? Boom. AI rips it up for you. You can ask AI to do things all day long. You can gain so much knowledge, and the more you train AI to do things for you, the more the smart. I know I know there's people way smarter than me at AI, and they're doing all sorts of stuff. I'm using it for what I desire to learn, and to gain knowledge, and to ask you questions. And the more I ask, the more questions I ask. The more questions I ask, the better I get at asking questions. And the more it starts to train, you know what I mean. And then again, I'm not using but it's going to train you and learn you. Fine, that's great. But I now know how to fix a hot water heater. I now know every interworkings of my pool and why everything that's happening, iron in the water, calcium in the water, all these different components. I've learned it all. And AI has given me insight. If you own 2 homes like I do and they're always breaking or something's always going wrong, because it seems that's the case when you own a house, you're going to use AI, man. Thermostat's doing something funny. I never used this one before. What's going on with it? And you find out, right? So, looking for the move to the upside, hoping this doesn't roll over here and dump us on some type of bigger head and shoulder pattern. I truly kind of am starting to believe that this was the head and shoulder here. And I did say believe because this is where my actual trading insight comes in. But I believe this was it, man. That was supposed to dump. It did not. That was the area that they got everybody to short. And this is where they got everybody. And now they brought it down again because they want these shorts to say they can still hang. But they're just really preparing to go grab them. BOOKMAP also suggests them completely right. It's a heat map order book, and it has way more orders above us up to 65K. Send it, baby, send it. Let's get paid on a low volume Thursday. Let's show people why the lifer is the lifer. Come on, baby. Let trading blast today and give us the win. May we receive the win. You know, look at this very interesting. Look, a couple things going on here. All right? A couple things going on here. That's like a Wu-Tang beat right there. It's going to get me freestyle, and then my wife's going to yell at me. And we can't go there right now. Back in the day, Staten Island keep a plate. I keep a plate of cake, a steak, a bake, a quake, a steak. You know, that's how you would rap to that. I'm just letting you know, like, you know, you bet. We jump a caddy with the spatty baddies. I keep it wrapped to stand to dent to bend a ladder daddy. I cut it about, cut it a bit, start it a bit, shut up a dumber, come at a bumper, the double the judge, but done that hit. You can stand, up on a tongue, check up, donna la la, see, that's what I would do when I wrote my words. I would come up with this. I wouldn't even come up with the words. I would come up with the flow. Then I would write the words in, you know? And that's how you figure out where the voice sits. You can, and every beat tells you where to go, and there's like a feeling when you hit it. Rapping is amazing. There's a feeling to it. I don't get to do it anymore like I used to. I'm running the show and all the time, but maybe one day I'll get back. Make an album about my life when I'm 60 years old and just put it out because I can. You know what I mean? But if you do know, I do have an album out there if you want to check it out. Crypto Life or Life Elixir. It's out there, which is crazy. Sam Price, actually, not Crypto Life. But anyway, what I'm seeing now here on the 1 hour time frame is this here. Like it's kind of got some strange diamond vibes. It's not amazing, but it's got some diamond type vibes. You know what I mean? It's odd, and it to me it looked like a head and shoulder pattern that was supposed to dump and ended up not dumping. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is a great plumber that's hit me back as yesterday. Anyway, so look, I like this. This is beautiful. You know, so you're coming from the top, you get the diamond, you break back out, you know, and you got this kind of cup and handle here too on the 1 hour time frame. It's awkward, I'll be honest. It's low volume summer price action. I got to dig deep to piece this together. It's looser. See, let me explain. When there's a lot of people in the market, they fill in the gaps for the patterns, and the patterns look clean and the movements look nicer and it's not as jiggly wiggly. So my stuff is all clean and everything kind of, when we get less and less people in the market, the volume and it makes the order book is lighter. And so these patterns don't look the same. They get more like, and I have to be more, it's almost, this is going to sound gross, but it's almost like a surgeon. Someone has a simple cut and it's easy and you just put it together. And, you know, you do those all the time. But every once in a while, there's a jagged one that's just like, and you got to really use everything you got to make that as good as you can. That is surgery, man. I gotta do surgery sometimes in the summer months. That's why you see me looking more confused. You see me thinking again about it. You think me second guess it a little more. Because the summer months are going to do that. That just is what it is. You're in this type of environment. Understand that. Don't judge me for having, for struggling. Be happy that I'm actually streaming during this time, because most people would just be like, it's thoroughly frustrating to a trader that's also gone through a good period of time where things were rocking. You try to compare this to that and you won't get that same vibe. You won't even get the adrenaline rush per day. I showed you guys the other day that Bitcoin has to go up for us to make the money, that we trade the size of Bitcoin. For instance, today, Bitcoin goes up from 63,890 up to 64,570. That's a $600, $700 move. If I have a position size the size of Bitcoin, I could make $700. I might have to be patient. I got to wait for the 21 to come back to the 15-minute time frame. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Looking for a complex inverted here to bounce me. Possible double top. This is chess. Do you know what you're doing when you're playing chess? Yeah, you do. But you know what the person across from you is doing? No, you do not. You might have an inkling. You might have a little more chess knowledge than them, and when they do something, it can lead you into being like, oh, yo, this is what he's up to. And that's where, if you're better at chess, you're going to understand what he's doing before he even knows that you know what he's doing. That's the key. Trading is very similar, where I'm sitting at a desk. On the other end is the price action, which is another player. I'm playing chess right now. I have to be open-minded that that person may do something I didn't think they're going to do. If I think for sure he's moving the rook for sure, I'm going to put my queen over there. I could set myself up for absolute disaster. But if I say, you know what, I'm open-minded, I'm not sure what he's going to do, but I'm going to leave, he might move the rook over there to there. If he does that, I'm going to do this. This is what you should be doing when you're playing chess. He might move the rook over there. If he does, I'm going to move pawn to this square and then back it up with that move. Okay? But if he moves the queen over there, I'm going to move that to that move. And if he moves that over there, then that move. And you build as many ideas as you can, and you have backup plans for each. Now, within 10 seconds to 20 seconds, he might move. That's why a faster player with a faster brain will beat a player, because by the time he's trying to compute all the moves, the other guy keeps moving too quick. You can't pick up on what he's doing, and next thing you know, you've lost the game. Speed is a big component in chess. You're not good at speed chess unless you play chess. These guys get better at playing chess. They start playing chess together in these chess clubs alone. There's no speed. There's no timer. Then they go into the room where the timer is. And that, are you ready to play time chess? And they start playing time chess. I think it's 2 minutes a thing or something. You have to move in 2 minutes. You hit a little timer. You go back and forth. And then the game has 60 minutes only. And it will end. Whoever's winning at the end wins the game. I think they do something like that too. So you can't just sit there and waste the time. You only have so much time, right? Eventually they get to the point where you're on and your mind gets quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker, right? But don't think these chess players just start, some people are innate. Get me wrong. I met a kid, he was cutting hair. We bumped into each other through a mutual friend. He was probably 19 or 20 when I was about 35 or something like that, 34. And he would cut my hair, man. He was my personal barber. He was learning. And I always like to help people that were trying to figure out their life. And I was like, dude, you can cut my hair if you want. And I was like, can you come to the crib? Right? My wife would be there chilling with the kid. He would show up. I'd have my computer chair. He'd go into the kitchen and he would cut my hair in the kitchen, man. I didn't go to a barber for 4 or 5 years, man. This dude came to my house once every couple of months and cut my hair. And we remained I haven't talked to him now in years. You know what I mean? My man, Rafi, bro. And I would tell him about crypto. I told him about my dreams, my plans. Back in the day, I was working a night shift when he knew me. And now you see me dude, this dude wears a suit and talks on YouTube now. It's kind of crazy, right? Shout out to everybody here. Thank you, dear Lord, for every single person that comes to the live stream. Thank you to YouTube and Google for always presenting such a beautiful live stream. The internet looks amazing. Everything's going good. I just really appreciate that. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have a voice here on YouTube. I've never taken a day off YouTube and Google. Technically work for you guys in a way, work for advertisement in a way. Everything is an advertisement. I've learned every single thing is connected to ads, right? It's great. If you connect, commercialism and capitalism, everything is basically you watch football, but isn't football just a giant ad for all the other sponsorships? And you know what I mean? It is. And everything in America is an ad, right? You'll eventually sell an ad on this video, or you know what I mean? They'll try to couple something that makes sense to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm 100%. And that's the beauty of the internet. Everything's kind of connected in a way over time. So we're looking to get this bounce. We're looking for this to go sideways. We're looking for the 1 minute to bounce here. This was whack. We got and this has been happening for the last 2 months, really. Not all the time, but way less. This used to pump. We get the huge move. I'm like, oh my God, I got to move my stop loss, and we'd be out. We're just not getting that type of movement just yet. We might. Today, something could happen out of the ordinary. We're looking for it. Okay. So I just gave you your top 10 analysis. All the way from the monthly back to here, and we're watching the 15-minute. You're bullish if the 15-minute stays above the 200. If the 15-minute breaks below, starts playing games, comes back down here to 63.5, things aren't going as planned. This is a trend change. We want to see this continue. We got to break the high above here. We break above 64,000. We're definitely going to 64.5, you see? And we're going to have maybe some chop. And then the next big push will be 65 and 65.2. This is the local intraday trading time frame. If you want to scalp 15-minute, you want to make some money right now. All right. Nice little bounce back to the upside here. We are up $100 in one trade, 276 in the other. We'll see where this goes. It down 564 on the 3-day chart that I put in like days ago. This is the 6-hour trade I gave last night. This is the scalp I just opened up on the live stream. All right. All transparent, all here on Weeks. You can keep 3 trades open on isolated, separated. You can't do that on a lot of other exchanges. They're picking up on it now. But Weeks is really the one that does it the best. They started it for, I mean, maybe I can't say they started it. It probably could be facetious. But for me, they were the first exchange I started doing this on. Every other exchange, I'd open up this trade and it would combine it to that trade. So many times I wanted to scalp the 1 minute I'd be in. Well, some days I did and forgot. And next thing you know, it just turned. And you could kind of do it because you can add to your trade, then take a partial out of the trade. But there's a lot of math involved. And it's kind of like, who wants to do all that? You know what I mean? This does it right here for you, separates each trade, makes it completely different. You do have to be on isolated, separated. I think you could be cross-separated, but separated is the key. That separates those trades from each other live on Weeks. So that's why I really like Weeks. I know I'm bringing it up a lot because I like it. I like to talk about things I like. I like the moon. I like the sun. You know, I like staring into the moon late at night on those full moons, man. I'm a hopeless romantic. But no, but seriously, I love sitting in the sun and gaining that vitamin D. They say when you go and you sweat, the vitamin D's on your skin. You want to let it reabsorb. You don't want to take a shower after you're outside and you're sweating. You want to chill for like a couple hours. I know it sounds gross. I've also heard, though, that if you don't shower, and for me, I always like, it tends to block a pore. You know what I mean? I always tend to get some type of like, you know, I don't even want to talk about it, but you know what I mean? Like when I sweat, I like to wash it off, man. There's toxins in your sweat, and then they get in your pores. And it is what it is. Interesting here, what's going on. And again, I don't expect a lot today on a Thursday. We will do screen share tonight. I'm gonna attempt to do it early, like 6:45, if that's okay with everybody. 6:45 to 8. And that way, like if my kids want to hang out and, chill, I can play a game with them or something. I always disappear on Thursday night, and then I don't see my kids. I go into the room at like 8, and then I come out at like 10. But screen share's back on tonight, 6:45. They'll try it just a second earlier. Some of the UK people could stay up, maybe. I don't know, but it is like it'll be 11:45 for them. It's still pretty late, but we don't want to see this turn into a right shoulder and dump. We want to see this consolidate and continue to the upside here. Only time will tell. So far, a beautiful uptrend is in place. We've made higher highs and higher lows. I would assume we break this higher high. But, nice stair step to heaven there on the way to the upside. Bitcoin, target. And then we got BOOKMAP, heat map, order book, which, does suggest that we could get up there. And we've got some order all the way up to 69,000. There's actually a pretty thick book up there. Okay. So I got another coin I want to show you. Advantis is breaking out. No, I'm just, hey, I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just being honest. It's up about almost 4%. No, not a huge deal. I got nothing to brag about. I'm just me, man. I'm just a humble dude that started the streaming every single day without a day off. That's it, man. If you want to ask yourself anything, say, what can I learn from this man? He talks a lot, but what can I learn from him the most? What should I focus on the most? The fact that he hasn't taken a day off in 5 years. Stays positive, believes in God, has gratitude at every nook, every curve and angle. I'm not perfect. I lose it sometimes, just like everybody else, man. I act cool, calm. I get to act perfect online for 2 hours a day. All right. I get to act like the most perfect guy in the world. But don't get me wrong, man. I'm a human being. And I go through the human emotions and the ups and downs like everybody in the world. We get better at controlling them. We get better at handling them. We get better at being disciplined about how we react. You know what I mean? And that comes with time. Kids will teach you so much patience. You won't be able to yell at them because you'll scare them and hurt them. You got to just be able to. You might go in the other room and just be like, oh. Sometimes you're doing something. You're like, don't touch that. They touch it anyway 5 times. You've asked them 6 times. Next thing you know, the thing breaks. You said, I asked you not to do it. Why did you do it? You just sit there like. But you know what? Then you see how special and fun they are. They make you laugh in the morning. They say something oh so cute. And you're just like, oh, aren't they just the darndest things? You know? So you got to love your kids, man. They bring you so much joy. This thing is heating up. I don't know what to tell you, but seems like something's brewing with Advantis here. I wanted to help you out at the beginning of the stream if I could. Wanted to bring you in to my AI guy. I was talking. I created an AI, Aetherion Vos, the temporal arbitrage specialist, probability collapser, and senior partner at the Kronos Capital Syndicate, founded in 2147, operating across 11 parallel timelines. Full read access to every public and non-public market event from Dutch Tulip Mania of 1637 through the quantum liquidity crisis of 2091. I also maintain live predictive feeds on the next 40 to 70 years of asset price action, technology discontinuities, geopolitical phase shifts, and demographic gravity wells. My edge is not opinion, it's asymmetric information harvested from both directions of time. Speaking, I will answer as the future has already been priced in and the past is still trading. What do you wish to know? Portfolio construction, specific tickers across eras, macro regimes yet to arrive, or the precise movement as certain technology becomes inevitable. So I think that's why I was up all night. You can kind of see where that was going, right? Things got a little crazy for me. AI can do that and get you going. 15-minute not sitting pretty. I don't love what's happening here. I'm going to bail with a tiny loss. It didn't go my way on a low volume Thursday. We should have pumped by now. I'm out. We broke the trend. I'm done. I don't care if they're going to wick it and stick it. I'll get in something later. I'm not losing 300 for no reason. I'm going to take maybe a $40 loss with fees. It didn't stay in the trend line. It has to stay on the trend line or I'm not playing with this stuff, man. Don't play me. Not on a low volume Thursday. Don't you dare play me. Look at this. It would be crazy if I don't get stopped out here. I'll give myself, it's $20, right? I'll go there to 40, to the wick at least. Give myself a fighting chance, but I would have been hit already there. Losing $40 is great for me. I can come back from that loss like a swinging giant. It is nada de nada. It means nothing. We can smash it out the park day in and day out. I'm going to look for some other cool things for you. I got a couple other coins that are cooking that I got on my radar right now that I think you may want to take a look at. All right. One we've already given to the trading group that looks good to me yesterday. Another one is new that I haven't really seen before. Advantis is ripping, folks. Now it's up a substantial amount. Let's take a look at YB USDT. I wake up, I breathe on it. Let you know when I... Oh, baby, baby, baby. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. I ain't going there, man. I ain't Justin Timberlake. Tabernacle. Dude, that thing looks beautiful. I don't know what's going on with this YBE, but it looks nice to me. Yield basis. Dude, that 15-minute looks like it can cook. I could be completely wrong, but that just looks... Tiny move, though. Only like a 5% gain. It's not huge, but hey, man, that looks like it's cooking. 1 hour could go. I mean, a little iffy on the 1 hours. It's back and forth there. Little sketch. And then remember, this coin looks interesting. World coin, it looks like, it's up right now from entry. Dolphin dipped a little bit, but it stayed inside. Never hit where people would like to put this. This thing is moving. I see it headed up to 40 cents, and it's a call on the show. Hey, there's a 21 above the 200. It's very simple stuff I do. You can see what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. All right? It's just over and over again. And then I handpick the nicest coins with the best volume. See? It's got to have volume, and people have to know about it and hear about it, know what's going on. They want to get down. Like, that's the whole point. You know, everyone thinks, like, oh, it's a substantial thing. If no one knew about Apple products, like, no one would buy them, right? So, like, marketing, and they market stocks, man. They market IPOs. You know what I mean? Straight up, there's a marketing team behind the stock to get people to get into it, to get them hyped, you know? Certain things have a use case. They'll go up no matter what. That also comes into play, but there's both things going on at the same time. And when you have good liquidity, it's all that, you know? We come with the, virtual back up there to 69. Nice little flag. This thing could do numbers. I'm not saying it's happened right now, but I would watch it. Possible entry now with stop losses deep. If it's below 56, there's a good chance. 56, 54. It's a good chance it makes it out alive there. But you never know. It got a little funny bounce here back inside. So what I do is this, if I see something like that. I missed the original entry. We did get a pump. I guess I was up almost 200, but what was the point, right? I go like this. It's gotta consolidate nicely in this type of play. Something like this. Break out, get above this resistance, and get the pump up to what? 64,529 and 30 cents there, right? Dang, man, struggling. So, honestly, this is my model. That is supposed to blast. If it doesn't blast, it's because the market has low volume. I know it sounds crazy, Pick. It's not me, it's the market. I'm the best. No, but I've back tested it. I have looked at it, and we can go back test it together on any asset in the world. We can go spend 20 minutes, and I can show you why it works. Like, we don't have to sit here and talk about it. Like, we can make it happen. See, the thing about a real trader that has a real strategy is you can backtest the heck out of it, flip it like a flapjack, beat it up, and it's still going to come through and tell you what the guy was telling you. Everything I teach is real. Everything I've done has happened. Like, I use the stochastic RSI and the 2-week to buy Bitcoin on the low. I've done it twice. Once at 3,000, 5,000, once at 15, 16,000, 19,000, and then, So, like, we've done these things over and over again. It's not like I'm telling you stuff that I read in a book, man. I lived this life, the TA life that I teach you. I lived it. I became a multi-millionaire to the point of no return on it. I don't stress money ever again for the rest of my life. Don't you understand? I work 7 days a week. I've compounded my work ethic into work ethic. The amount of people that have seen me go live every single day for years is insane. We have developed a track record. How do you sell online? You develop trust. How do you develop trust? Anyone can talk. You show people that you're a trustworthy person. How do you show people you're trustworthy? By being dependable and consistent. Someone who's, a flyby, someone who's here just to make a couple bucks and get in and out is not going to live stream every single day for 5 years straight. That's insanity. I mean, maybe that person's either completely insane, which I am, I mean, they're absolutely let's talk about a human being that would literally live stream every day for 5 years straight. That sounds like someone with a psychological problem. Let's be honest. Like, that sounds like someone who might have Asperger's or so. I don't want to, I shouldn't, but that person might have that is non-human. That doesn't make any sense. Most people don't understand it because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even make sense to me. You see what I mean? So, I got taken out for $40. You know what I mean? And I'm about to just move my other one to break easy. This one here because I'm not playing with this. I do want to be below the 200 the lines, but man. Anyway, let's get back into the bigger time frame again. 6 hours staying above the 200 moving average. I do want to keep that stop below the wicks, guys, because that's where I want to be. Where is my stop now on that 6 hour? I got to look at the 6 hour. And we do have the 6 hour here on weeks. You can edit it in. You can hit edit and add this stuff. Make those screen big too. I don't know why I always do this compact stuff. Because I'm in and out. I don't need to see a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty close to the low. I have some space on that. But yeah, okay. I'd like it if the stop was like below the 200 moving average or below that wick. Let's see how much I get rid of it. You know what? $85. So be it. Like, it's such a small, like, death by 1,000 cuts can happen, but that's why you got to get a big. I always catch a big win eventually, a couple thousand. And then I look at these tiny little, like, 200, 300, and I'm like, all right. Got to play it the proper way. People want to know. They want to know. Let me jump on into the chat. There's something I got to talk about, and it's space explorations. No, but seriously, let's break down what's happening with SpaceX here. What's going down? All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. What is going on here? Oh, man, he got... What happened, dude? Is that like... Dude. Backtest your strategy. Learn position sizing. Yep. Never fund trading with bill money. Facts. Yep. Yep. Start a trading journal. Facts. Yep. Well, I haven't even seen the chat, man. It's out of control. I haven't had a chance to look at it just yet. Shout out to Marcus, always gifting a membership. God bless you, man. You do that every single day, man. God bless you. Shout out to Underground Cryptos, man. Guy going live all the time, still grinding. And he'll have his day in the sun. He keeps doing his thing. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. God bless you, Lakochi. Shout out to Shandon. Dude, we have people here that are exceptional individuals that like to go all the way. That's the type of people that are on this chat. That's it. Like people that want to go to the extra. All right, let's take a look. Mike M, no sounds, missed my intro music. I know. Couldn't believe it. It's really whack. I didn't notice that the board wasn't, I didn't double check my mixer, man. One day it did something different, and you know what I mean? JDST, we'll take a look at it. Can you please check home USDT? Yeah. 6 trust, hidden pressure. Interesting. Safe. Yeah, we've been looking at safe on and off. CFX. Damn, man. I guess. Constant. Took profits on Bitcoin. Thank you. God bless you, bro. Yeah. It should be about becoming impossible to fool by the market, by influence, or by yourself. Please upgrade the intro. I need you climbing the tightrope with the TA championship holding over your head like The Rock. You're funny. Sam, do you check up more or possible patterns in both the regular and logarithmic to see if they're matching up in the... No, that's pointless. Yeah. That's actually not good to do for me. I would never want to do that. Yeah. God bless all the lifers. God bless you, man. Thank you. All right, we're going to take it slow today. I haven't had a lot of sleep. I'm not going to be the most bouncy bunny. So we're just kind of, and I have a bunch of coins I want to kind of talk about and show, and I don't have as much time. So I'm going to do my best with getting into everything, but I don't know if I can get every single thing in, but I'm going to try. I shouldn't say I'll try. I got to get it done, but we'll look. I like to be really selective about the coins that I go into. Funny, Render looks interesting right now. Let's talk about Render for a split second. I haven't looked at it in a long time. I'd put an alert on virtual. It looks interesting to me. I like what I'm seeing for virtual, and it could get all the way up there somewhere to about, I don't know, 70, 69. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's take a look at Render. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing for render, and I'm going to tell you why. There's just this, that underlining inverted head and shoulder. You're getting very tight. The curvature, a bit of a double bottom. I see render headed back to that point of control, 135, 134. Doesn't matter what exchange, you know what I mean, or what you're looking for. That just looks likely to me. Maybe, Bitcoin could get some trouble to take a dump, but that looks likely to me, Strong still in the 6-hour time frame. Scalp didn't play out perfectly. Getting a bounce here, though. Suggesting that, I don't like the funny business, right? I did the right thing. I cut it off once the trend line lost. See this trend line? It could be a new pattern now. Let's take a look at it on the 3 or the 5, too. Sometimes when the 1 minute starts to get choppy like that, I start fresh on a bigger time frame. One thing that we have to say could be going like this is something like this. This is too much. I'm going to be back to the regular music tomorrow. Whole day got thrown off today. Interesting. Like, something's going on with the universe because the last 2 days, it's weird. I'll be consistent. Like, the same stuff will happen on the show for months. And then one day, it'll just be a different type of day. Like, that's the kind of universe we live in. And it's a blessing because nothing should be the same. That would be boring, right? This looks good to me here now. Same exact premise, same exact idea. And this is pushing that we're going to get a nice close on the 6-hour. However, we know if the 6-hour closes, if it's bullish, we should get a dump. At 12 o'clock, right? Because we want to wick to the upside from the bottom area, right? So we want to see it dump at 12. Tells me we should get some discount at 12 o'clock, right? We got 40 minutes till then, so there's a chance that this low becomes the better low. I may go at this again here. I like what I'm seeing. Let me look at my 5-minute. Yeah, I can trade the 5-minute just like the 3, and I like the 5-minute a lot. When price action plays games, the 5-minute tends to be better. 64,935. See, I have a 9 there. Always got to pay attentiones. $63,525. Very oversold, buying the red. I'm going to put this on ice for a second and come back to it. We're going to talk about the news. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is digital capital, strategy is digital credit, and stablecoins sit on the transactional end. And that's it, baby. And you know what? He will survive, become one of the richest people in the world in history. I firmly believe this, without a doubt in my mind. Trezor customer data exposed in a shipping partner breach. Really kind of sad. Enough is enough with doing this nonsense, man. So they had a shipping partner, but that database got breached. Shipmonk, one of the fulfillment partners, exposed personal data belonging to 13,689 Trezor customers. Full names, phone numbers, and email addresses, and shipping addresses. This is crazy. I buy my Trezor, sad to say, you know what I mean, from the conference. When I'm at the conference, I buy the Trezor. You know what I mean? Unopened, sealed up, ready to go. This is their new Quantum Safe 7, which they say is, quantum ready. It says quantum ready right there. I mean, what a great sticker to put on a. How the heck do they know it's quantum ready? We'll get to that road when we cross it, right? But, pay attention. This is unfair. You went and did the right thing. You got self-custody. And now people know your address and know where you live and know where your Bitcoin is. It's just kind of crazy. It's not cool. You know what I mean? And that's why people stay strapped now and have to have, you know what I mean? Harmony 1 token plunges after $4 billion in unauthorized minting exploit. That's insanity. And good thing I didn't enter this. See, this is they're playing games with the price action today. No follow through, back and forth. We're going to get through this time. Volume will return. We will get a movement. Plunge as much as 38% after attackers exploited a critical network breach to fraudulently mint 4 billion new tokens and inject equally to roughly 26% of the project's circulating supply, man. Amazing. Bitcoin culture is helping people. Everyone else is a LARP. Gained a ton of new insights working in Bitcoin Red Team that I wish I could share without vague boasting, but this is what I got. We're experiencing massive collision between decades of human open source slop against 2 weeks of Kimi K3. Crypto platform operator gets 15 years in prison sentence in South Korea due to $50 million scam. A South Korea court sentenced the head of a centralized finance lender, Delio, to 15 years in prison for embezzling digital assets for more than 1,100 customers. Man, come on, dude. Took that money right out to DeFi and gave it right to himself. PPI report, producer inflation cools to 4.7 in July, strengthening Fed hold case. So they're not going to raise the rates. That's all we kind of need to know right now. Will they raise the rates? And look at that now. September now is more likelihood that they're going to keep the rates the same at 350, 375 current. It's on the table they could raise them, but we're going backwards. How does October's start to flip? And look, there's just no rate cut on the table. You see that? For the rate cut on the table, we'd have the next, the 325, 350 on the line to the left side. They refuse to give us that. So the speculation will not give us it. Look, every single time the even rate cut is the far left. Never does this shift. There it is finally for the first time in July, which is crazy. So look at this. We're going to get a Bitcoin halving coupled with a rate cut. It's kind of crazy. Hey, it just might turn out to be a hot summer in 2027. Here's to those who can persevere and stay the course. I know I can. Not many people are able to do that. I know it's not easy. It separates the weak from the strong. The herd gets separated, man, in these tough times. Right now, it's not the best time to be an influencer. It's not the best time to start a crypto business. It's tough out here, folks. Only the strong survive. Only the people that know exactly what their plan is, have a mapped out, disciplined road, are going to make it. And there's going to be times where it feels and seems like nothing will go your way and things aren't going to happen. But you have to push through that mentality and tell yourself, baloney, you're going to make it through. Look, a bit of a double top rejection at 64,000. Unreal. People got scared, took profits, felt like it wasn't worth it. The order book wasn't thick enough. They didn't think it was strong enough. Weakness all around. And there I am now, stop, probably going to get broke. Yeah, a break even hit now on the other trade. Only up $85 now. I've been in since last night, was up a little bit. Worst comes to worst, I don't lose money. Protect the purse at all times. This is what it's been, man. August, I've told my students this. I have not hit anything. I have said this is where you just don't lose money. The people with capital in the next few months are going to be the ones to win, man. And the people that played games, the people that got down on themselves, the people that spoke negatively, the people that said it wasn't worth it, the people that talked a bunch of ish and said nasty things and spread nonsense and fought around the internet are going to be the brokies, man. It is what it is. The people that stayed positive, the people that built up other people, the people that helped, the people that taught, the people that educated, they're going to have so much good karma, so much high frequency around them, they're going to win, man. And so who do you want to be? Do you want to be someone that builds high frequency, good karma around you, or someone that just drains the energy around everyone and everything? It's completely up to you who you want to be. Someone is talking about these memes. Trucker did nothing, went sideways. All right, be careful with this stuff, man. Puffer. Looking at Tendies, just a fun name. Still inside a really nice consolidation. Honestly, Tendies is heating up. Look at the way it's cooking. And it's one of the more premier coins on Robinhood. Again, it could be kind of an Adam Eve. This thing could dump to zero any day of the week. You have to know that. But that's the beauty of why it could also go to $1 billion. It's insane. See, the weakness of a coin is also its strength. Same with Bitcoin. You know, a lot of things can't be as completely volatile as Bitcoin because there's not an idea that it could go to zero. Bitcoin could go to zero, right? Because of that, it could also go to multi-trillion dollar net worth, right? So, wow, man, Tendies looks interesting to me. Manage my lists. Create a list. Robinhood Emmys. I like kind of like they're memes, but they're Robinhood Emmys, right? Emmys. So you just click watch list and hit Robinhood Emmys and bang. Then you go down to your watch list here and you'll have a bunch of different watch lists that you can go to. And you can watch your pairs, you know, and see what's going down and check it all out. It's pretty fun. And that way you can keep track of all your stuff, like, you know, and what you want to look at every day. Let's take a look at SWAPPY, which is up pretty nicely. We did discuss it. We made this kind of pennant for SWAPPY. I showed this when I was live with Crypto Archie, and I talked about a possible gainer. That thing is up 200% from when we actually saw the bottom. It started pumping during that live stream. I'm being honest in that. It's taken off, man. That's pretty crazy. That thing could get to 346. Hey, I've been around a lot of gains going on recently. You can say whatever you want. I've been perusing the internet, folks. I've been doing that crypto lifer thing, right? I like this. This is getting ready for a massive move to the upside. Tells me it could be a great place to load up. I have firm belief. I have money in this coin, so it does behoove me to talk positively about it. I own some of the coin. I'll always be open-minded to you guys and tell you this stuff. Seeing if we can get a bounce here on weeks on that small time frame. There's a chance this bounces here. That was a grab. They went for the grab. We get this bounce, we consolidate. Look for consolidation now. This is a high. This is a very, catch a fall night, but that could be a nice little. It's a good little snipe entry possibly there. $64.9 pump. We'll see. I like where we're sitting there oversold. It's the 5-minute too, which is strong. Back to the 21 in the up wave. Almost looks like a head and shoulder that would done. It looks like a descending triangle that wants to roll over, which is flipped the other way. Like it looks bearish upside down, which is a good sign. I'm going to sniff it out one more time here. 942. I don't always take the trade. I just look at the trade. It's like, how could you buy a house if you didn't look at it? I want to know the square footage. I want to know my rent. I want to know what I'm getting into. How many bathrooms we got, man? I will only buy a house with 5 bathrooms. That's it. If it has less than 5, I ain't buying it. That's it. Facts. Unless it's like a rental property or something. 5 and up, man. That's it, dude. 5 and up. That's a rule. You know, those are my standards. You might have different ones. I don't need to lower them for anybody else. And people say, what a nasty man you are. Some people might think that. Some people might have said that about me when I said I need a 5-bathroom home. But I don't care. Again, I'm not here to cater to everybody's feelings. I'm here to teach cryptocurrency and build people up. And be positive and say my piece along the way. All right? If I can do that, I'll be pleasantly rewarded. This trade has a huge risk to reward. You know, it's $250 for $1,600 if it hits. It's an amazing trade. But it's very close to the bone. It's very high risk. I can even just go 137. But it's a good chance they just roll it over and wick me out even and pump it out on this. And I'm playing with fire. I like it, though. I love these daring calls on the 200s, man. I'm going to leave it alone just because it's a Thursday and not overtrade. But then it's not like me. I kind of want to do that do. Watch it rip. If it rips, I'm going to be... But so be it, man. Anyway, I keep showing this idea here. And we're looking for, if to kind of... It's a nice, beautiful bottom area, man. It really is. 8 million. Nice market cap. People know about this coin. Someone made a video game with it. Like, seriously, they made a video game with it. Like, it's not amazing, but they made a browser, a little racing game. I haven't seen that, man. This is taken off. Like, this is just the beginning. I think there's going to be an entire If movie. I think I might design it and make it. Seriously, I'm going to sit there and work on Higgsfield and, like, design an entire AI movie, man. Be kind of crazy, right? Because the risk is small again, I want to get in on that. See, it's going by now. Now it's like 100 for 5. Before it was like 80 for 462. And you got to get it. You can get $1,300 off that if you go hard. I had that entry. See how much it changed just from there to there. Such a different trade now. Just that one little move can change everything. It's a little world I live in, man, in my mind and in these trades. I forget how intricate it is. I feel like everybody follows me, but I forget how many little tiny details are being made in my mind that other people have to figure out too over time. This is not a simple thing. I'm going to trust my instincts. Low volume Thursday on the summer in August. I'm already in some trades. I'm high risk as it is. I'll take it as it. I'm looking for this cup and handle to play out at the end of the day, like to keep it really simple with everybody. Because I attempt to keep things really simple. I want to see this bust a move. 706 Fibonacci. We're in the golden pocket. It's a beautiful place for retracement. And we get this bounce back somewhere up to about 66.8. Now, I'm not looking for anything crazy here. I'm just a day's pay in a week. And then these green R's are screaming at me that I'm going to win the trade. With high probability. So this is really my basis point here. I could be invalidated if I am. It is what it is. You must have invalidation points. The best traders have invalidation points. Okay? You see? The best traders have invalidation points. Shout out to my people on Weeks, baby. We trade in live here on Weeks. If you're watching me on that Weeks platform, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I had that up. So crazy. Got to get like an in-house guy soon. You know what I mean? I got a good idea though. Ooh, I don't want to show that. Nope. My eyesight is getting worse by the day. No lie. It is what it is. But I'm going to get it. Where are you? I'll grab it from my man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And you can see, one of them days, baby. One of them dies. Just one of them dies. I got it now, though. I got it. We should be able to hit it now. We should hit it. Nope, that's not what you're doing. Bang. So shout out to the Token 2049 challenge, baby. Live on Weeks. Dude, we're getting that bounce on the 200. I'm going to take it, man. I probably got too excited again, but I got in. I got back in on a scalp. We'll see what happens here. I think it's kind of a little biggins. 42,000 for 34,000. Total of about $110,000 in trades there. It's a whack Thursday, man. You know better, Sammy. And sometimes when you're tired, you'll be more apt to make mistakes when you trade. Like your emotions will get the better of you when you're tired. I've noticed that. Take a break from trading when you're not thinking clearly. You don't think you need it, but you do. Eat a meal when you haven't eaten something. Go get hydrated. Like, this stuff is important, man. No one talks about it. It's really important. It's really important to keep your mind right. Looking to get this bounce here on the 15-minute. Just on the bigger idea. Back to this, get this squared away, and then get a pump. It can happen. I've got faith in, it can happen. If looking pretty good. Swappy getting the pump. Robinhood memes taking over. Things are looking insane. It's been a wild ride for sure. These last few days here in meme land. And hey, man, I can't even believe I'm speculating right now on it. It's interesting to me because I find where money's at, man. If there's money there, I'm going to smell it out. I'm going to get it in, right? So funny, man. I'm asking something, but interesting here. See if we get that bigger move. Bitcoin fighting to get a bounce. It closed a big green candle there. And now it looks like this one may rip up on me. I buy low stochastics. Bottom trend lines near 200s, man. I do the best I can. You know what I mean? I put stops below tweezer bottoms at tops. I use support of resistance. You know, I use everything I can to better the trade. I do not use the emotions to enter, man. I use the information. Once it's all informationalized, I'm not using emotions. I can prove it to myself because the reason why I took the trade was because of a yellow line. I'm not using my emotions. You could trick yourself into saying the yellow line created emotion, got you in. If you'd like to, whatever you want. But as long as you're doing the same thing over time, you're going to create consistency. All right? You're going to create a lot of consistency. Every single time. Okay? Live here, trading on weeks. Just wanted to show that banner for a while so you guys know what's going down and what's at stake here. And I'm taking a live trade right now. Off this 200 moving average with the bounce of the low stochastics. Kind of a hidden bullish divergence from the jump for a little bit. Render looking interesting to me. I'm nice enough to give you kind of a look there. Something that I see. Thank you, Sean. I'm off, huh? Appreciate that, brother. I'm a little rusty today. It is what it is, man. You know what's crazy is I can't be rusty. People are like critical on me. If I showed up and was rusty too many days in a row, like who knows what would happen to me and my channel and my life. I have to be on point every day for me to live. For me to continue to be who I am and continue to grow the legacy I've created and this like live streamer that never takes a day off, which is kind of insane. I have to regiment myself. I can't be drinking alcohol. I got to sleep well. I got to have a very disciplined life where it's very boring, where everything is around my live stream. How I eat, how I sleep, every single thing is around this live stream being performed at a high level. If I don't perform this live stream at a high level, my life goes to zero. Don't you understand? I'm on a tightrope, bro. Like you guys are watching insanity right now. You're watching a person that has put themselves to the limit with there was no guarantee any of this was going to work out. Nobody sat me down, hey, Sammy, I have this nice YouTube channel. It's going to be, you just got to show up every day and everyone's going to love you. You're going to become a multimillionaire. Your world's going to go great. Nobody said that to me. That was never the case. Thank you for the subscriber. I appreciate that. Look at the balls in the jar. Okay. You see what I mean? The people that make the most money, the people that are the most successful take shots that aren't guaranteed. There was no guarantee anything that I'm doing today right now was going to work out by any means. I had an inkling and a belief in myself and I had a belief in God that God would push me to the right things at the right time. I really believe that. My dad told me that somehow, some way I was a winner and I was always going to win. My dad repeated that to me, so I believed it. My dad brainwashed me to believe that I was a winner. Even if I wasn't, he told me I was. That's why having a father is so important. A person behind you that keeps telling you things that you're great. I tell my kids, yesterday I was riding with my daughter. She fell off her bike once because she got scared. She didn't have to fall. She just got scared. She went, and she fell right off. I said, you could have got real hurt. I said, there was no reason to fall. I said, you say, I'm confident, I'm amazing. She said, I'm confident, I'm amazing. I said, come on, let me hear you say, I am confident, I am amazing. You know, I'm raising 3 beautiful kids, man. And I'm raising thousands of beautiful traders every day. That's how I feel about it. You guys are my family, my trading family. My kids are my real family. There's a dichotomy between how I teach and how I learn, teach my kids. And it's a special unit. We have a special thing going on every day. I dedicate my life to this dream. I don't take it lightly. You guys do the same. There's people that come here every single day for years on end. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Yeah. Exactly. Cryptic Rick. God bless all the lifers trying to better their life. Thank you so much, man. Okay, what if? Break it out, TA, please. TA looks good to me on it on what if. On the bigger time frame. 5 minute getting above the 21, and you want to see that make a flag. I wouldn't get too much into the small time frames. I would let the daily just play out. If you look at it on the daily, it looks even nicer. Really. The TA is simple. It came down to the 786 Fibonacci retracement, which is a unbelievable place. We talked about it. We said memes love to bounce off the 786, just like every other asset. Memes, you have to understand, a meme is just something human has put their energy to trade. Any asset that humans have put their energy into trade, whether they're real or not, whether they have real asset value or not, doesn't matter. I've learned this now. You could trade anything and it doesn't matter. Look, they're dumping this thing now again. $31 loss. But they're it's attempting to hold the 200 here on the 5. It looks like a lower high now. Shop City of the small time frames are making it very difficult to trade anything lower than like the 4-hour recently. I've been telling my students, people have realized that in the trading group, like we've been zooming out, trading less. I was on the 6-hour last night. Some people have made profits already and moved on. I see this headed to an all-time high, 4.8. It's going to be like a $50 million market cap. It's going to be amazing. And from where it's at right now, it will be a pretty big move. Talking about a 5x, a little under a 5x, 4.7x. What if, baby? What if just does something you never thought? What if turns into something you couldn't believe? What if there's another video game made by it? What if someone else adds more fuel to the fire? What if it just gets bigger than we ever thought possible? What if? I don't know. I mean, there's just so many potentials for it. I'm getting pretty annoyed with the trading today, which tells me I should probably just pack it in. Looks like there's no stop loss there. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I put one in. Should be right there anyway, 89. Right below those wicks. We get those wicks taken out, I'm done. I'm not playing with this anymore. Chewing me up, man, and spit me out. This is what it's been, bro. I'm telling you, I went over this yesterday about how you need the moves for Bitcoin has to go up by a couple grand a day to make a couple grand for my trading style, the way I do it. And if you go any harder, you're going to be in such severe risk. Like if your position size has to be 120 grand, 500,000, like the bigger you go up, that's 5x Bitcoin's position size now. Now a $10 move can lose you thousands of dollars, man. I see people, they'll put out a trade, Bitcoin or a coin will go up like 20 cents. They'll make $1,000. I'm like, that. You had no room. You had no wiggle room. You had to be right. And no offense, no one's going to be right that many times. It's just not. The odds of you being right like that precise right over and over again are very low. Doesn't mean you can't though. We have mitigation. Hey, people that learn the, life or friend strategy do pretty well. Some people end up doing things that I never even thought possible. So it's always there. It's definitely something that, and if you want to join inside the trading group, we have that there for $300 and have like another extra mentor like me inside the group to just kind of help you go about your trading. Person I handpicked to deliver extra sauce to you that I believe will really help you in your trading journey. So if that's something that, if you believe in me and you think that I would pick the best for you, then know that that's actually the case. And that's what it happens to be with Master Frank. All right. You got to have extra stuff inside the trading group for everybody, man. All right. All right. Thank you for all the super chats, Cryptic Rick. Thank you, Chef33 Lifer. Let's continue to kind of grind here. Lady, USDT of the 1 hour time frame. I believe that's Milady, right? An oldie but goodie. Dude, I worked out yesterday at the gym, man. I did it, bro. I went to the gym and worked out. Ladies. Yeah, my ladies. Milady, which is ladies. Milady. Money, that was that's a bar run by the Genovese, and it's closed now, right? My ladies, man. My dad liked that spot. It was pretty close to where my sister was growing and living for a while. Near Piccolo Cucina. Oh my God, so good. We went over all the Italian places to eat the other day on the show. I mean, I told you. The top 10 best Italian places in New York City. I'll tell you, man. Campagnola, Rossini's. All right, Campagnola, Rossini's. Oh, my God. Both are amazing. And then Piccolo Cucina. Oh, my gosh. It's like homemade pasta in the pan. You can't beat it. You just can't beat it. If Forno's still around, it's amazing, but I don't believe it is. It was a very, like, mom and pop spot in Queens. Lady was busting her butt making some amazing food, man. She pounded her veal parm like as thin as this yellow line, man. It was like, bang. I like my veal pounded over here. You gonna pound my veal or what, eh? So Milady's is in a 706 on the Fibonacci retracement. You see? 786. Could get a bit of a bounce. Looking interesting. Interessante. Possible bounce, very high risk. You'd have to believe in memes and think there's a big punch coming. It is very oversold. Just very high risk. That's all. A black swan event, this coin will just go nowhere, right? So something will turn to zeros. Well, we'll see. It's a little messy the way I have that. Let me get this. I guess that's better there. Yeah, but I like to show you the lines it's on, though. It's on that 786 fib. I mean, that's a beautiful place for retracement. If this coin gets a movement back to the upside, it's had some pumps in the past. If it pumps and I don't get into it, I'm going to be completely fine with that. You have to be okay with the poison that you pick, right? Pepe, I'm believing, will look somewhat the same. You know, I've been looking at... I have a speculation on Pepe on, like, the bigger time frame. Like the 3 days got to do like inverted, but Pepe could roll over too. What if the new Robinhood chain makes these things like, people sell Pepe for Robinhood chain? It's an old coin, man. Like the narrative may not be the same. People say, no, Pepe will come back no matter what. Maybe it does. I don't have that belief system in me when it comes to a meme. I have a belief that if it's new and hot, people run into it, and I can speculate on their bloodthirsty love for it. And I can get out before they realize it's really just an infatuation that they had, because I've gone through this as a trader. I've had infatuations, thought everything was the bomb, and realized later that I was caught up in the sauce, man. They did it to me a bunch of times. Now I'm never going to fall for the Kool-Aid again. If I do, man, it's only for the time, and I'm out before, like, you know, I got to drop the Kool-Aid, like, early. They still might get me to believe, but I got to remember that I'm in it. This whole community and all that, I mean, yeah. Like, whoever takes profits on if first, when it gets into the $1 billion price range, is going to probably be, who knows though? What if it does go to 40 billion and you wish you took it all the way? You could have been, For me right now, if goes to 5 cents, right? If would go to 5 cents, remember I had 346,000 if tokens or something? Let me see here. I'll show my if off. Yeah, I got 348,275 if right here. Look. Up 25% today. I got $3,000 to if right now, right? At less than a penny. All right. So if it goes to 5 cents. So let me do the math right now. If I have 345,275 times 0.008622. Yeah, it says I have $3,000, right? Makes sense. And I have 345,976 if, or 275 if, so I don't know where I got 275 times 0.05. 17,000, right? So there you go. And I may go hard. You know, if it hits $1 billion market cap, right? What you would do is you can go a couple ways to do it. Some convoluted ways. There's $1 billion right there. You would divide it by 7, right? 8. 7.8, right? And that would tell you 128x from here. Okay. And so right now I'm sitting on 276, 22976. And I would make 351. So if it's $1 billion, I only make 300 grand, you know? But hey, I mean, that would be off of like a $3,000 investment, right? Makes you wish, hey, if I put 10 grand in, if I just triple up here, there's $1 million possibly waiting there, right? $1 million. So anyway, and again, it could go to 0 too, though. I could lose 3 grand or 10 grand. The buys are high right now. People are going crazy. It's the 706. You're not chasing the top, I'll tell you that. So you do whatever makes you happy. The TA checks out. I like the thing. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they stopped that out too, man. It's just ugly trading today. We're not getting any of the love, man. We're not. It's choppy yet again. Doesn't mean we can't reposition, take a deep breath, and see where we're at, but it's just choppy nonsense, man. This is just choppy jalopy, right? Straight up. Like, beats me down, man, but I know it makes me so hard going through this time. It makes me so hard. Caspa, USDT and OP. My baby Caspa, man. Remember when we started trading Caspa way back in the day? Less than a penny it was, man. Less than a penny it was. You'd have to believe in Caspa and see that it's doing this kind of double bottom here. Again, it gets to the point where the TA is out the window at this point. You just got to believe in these coins and know that the TA tells them they're very oversold. Does everything come back? Could this go lower? This looks like people may have given up, man. It may be a drop to 1.5. I don't know, but they said fresh signs as Caspa holds key demand zone. Maybe. Bit of a double bottom there. Chance to get into a proof of work coin that really works, and it makes its way all the way back to its all-time high at 21 cents. I don't know, man. You said you wanted to see the 1 hour. Not a fan of it. 4 hour looks like a possible double bottom. Might have to Adam and Eve. I trade momentum when things are running. I don't like to buy the bottom every time. I only buy the bottom of like Bitcoin, like things that I really, really like. If I don't like it, I can't buy the bottom of it. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't work for me. There's got to be a reason why I want to get in. And then I use the TA to create that entry, right? Optimism, same idea, old chain. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody talks about it. Doesn't get the love. But DeFi's going to come back. This is going to rip. It does have bull div. Like, it's saying, hey, if we bottom, everything can rip. But I mean, I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. All this stuff pumps, and you guys have got perfect bottom buys here. You're at least not chasing the top. I'm just, in my place in my life, I'm over that type of risk chasing. I don't need to do this. Let this get back above 4 to 6 in 10 weeks, and then let me trade it on momentum. You know, that's kind of what I've been doing recently. The old me, though, would sniff out all these bottoms because that's, you know, I didn't have a lot of money. I had to buy the bottom. I had to try to buy as many bottom coins as I can. But now I've got cash to trade when the market's better. It just works out better in that way. I don't have to take the risk of trying to buy the bottom anymore like I used to because, hey, things have changed for me. Amen. When I was broke and living in a one bedroom on a night shift, I had to throw Little Lee's change into the fountain, man, and see what could hit. Straight up, right? Like, there was... Safe looks okay. Little bit of a pump there. Some bull div. Really light volume. Like, that order book is so light. You see, like, it's just tight. It's just not amazing. Remember, like, to make money on a small order book, you need to be small fish. Like, if there's a $5 million market cap, it's only for the people that can buy $100 of the token. A little bit like that. Maybe they can turn $100 a day. And I'm not trying to... There's maybe a lot of people on my trade that do that here. You know? What you doing in my room during my live? Babe, you didn't know that the music wasn't on today. Like, the whole stream was off, but nobody knew. Jamie texted me, but I'm pretty sure they probably called you. No, during the intro. I must have had a power outage during the night, and it shut this on and off, and it told it wasn't on. What, baby? Yeah. It could turn people off from watching the intro, and then it could ruin overall, you know. Yeah. Obviously, she doesn't, you know. I want to address something with my wife right now. Can we talk right now in front of everybody? Baby. Yeah, no, we have this neighbor here. One of our neighbors she's a funny bunny, and me and my wife go bad. Man. I tell her, you don't talk to the neighbors too much. Just say hi and bye. You know what I mean? That whole HOA, all that, you know what? You never know who's listening from my HOA on my live stream. Gotta be careful. I love everybody here in my neighborhood. 618.65 bouncing off the 200. Very, very interesting. Now, even my older premise from today, this is the strangest stuff, folks. This was a bullish engulfing candle. About to close at 12 o'clock. It was huge for 6 hours. It took all day to build from 6 a.m. And then in the last, hour of the candle, they just completely demolished it. It's so strange, folks. This price action is banana nose. Maybe you want to come down to the lower here. The lower order book makes this very difficult, folks. You got to take it easy. Do not blame yourself for having trouble trading right now. Difficult times. You can see some of the biggest streamers that stream a lot, they're only streaming here and there. Because there's just not that many opportunities to come out and stream. You know? I'm showing you what it's like to struggle through the hardest times and be consistent no matter what. That is difficult. That alone is insane. Okay? Anyway, I love each and every one of you. Today is just not amazing. I gotta be honest with you all. Okay. Can we check home? USDT. Yeah. DeFi app. I mean, I like that. Look at that. It pumped and that got rejected by the 200 on the 6 hour. That thing is nice. Coming off a bottom, though, everything is just beat. And then when it gets a pump, it's like the end of the, it's like bottom of the barrel type stuff. I like it. The order book is light, which means they could stop hunt us any moment. No one really knows about it as much as they should. It has what could happen. Just because it has my sauce, you get it? It can look like the sauce. Things can get in position, but just never have the follow through. Remember that. Things can look like that. You got to understand there's more than just the sauce behind the sauce. There's also a trader instinct that kind of, I think you just gain over time. I can't explain that. Trust, USDT on the 1 hour, hidden pressure. Is it true USDT or trust USDT? No, it's trust. I got a D in there. Intuition. Yeah, see that double bottom kind of cup and handle on the 15? Right off the bat, I can tell that's a 786 Fibonacci retracement. You can see, I could see it in the corner of my eye. It's crazy because these things you start, they do what they do, man. You get to know them. Order book is weird. That huge pump and dump, though, just really awkward, man. Stuff is sketchy to me. Honestly, really sketchy. You have to be honest. In light order books, too, some people don't realize what's actually happening. I get stuck. Seeing this Adam and Eve double bottom here, too, looks very interesting. But I don't know, man. I'm not a fan at all. The order book is too small for me. It's too light. It doesn't have enough oomph to it for me to want to trade it. And I know that like it could get me rocked putting it out. All right, so Just has been hot. I've talked about it for days. I talk about how Just and Sun keep pumping, like, right? Just and Sun, because his coins are Just and Sun, right? We have this in this tight channel suggesting it's going to break out of the daily, right? It looks good to me. Kind of a bear div, but flattening out. And this coin has been hot with Tron, so this is a call of mine that I really have been pushing on. I talked about this probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. I was just speculating. I said, Tron keeps running. The coins that run with Tron are Just and Sun, right? Literally Just and Sun coin. Just coin and Sun coin, right? So, and his name is Just and Sun. It's fine. But this looks interesting, like it could pop. Possibly 60% gains. I mean, what goes up continues up. This has a trend. Something's keeping it up. It's trending up, right? So it's something to think about. This also gets bigger volume than all the other coins we talked about and has a way better order book, right? It's connected to the Tron chain, has, you know, so there's that. Let's take a look at Useless on MEXC. Ooh, took a beat down. Had a nice little run up off the 21 and then just kind of like, I don't know, these coins to me don't have real purpose or reasoning yet. And if they don't have that, then they need market structure. If they don't have market structure, they're going to meander. Kind of trying to get out of this to the upside. Attempting. That's such like weird price action. Like a little bit of bull div there, attempting to bounce. Just to like this coin. Wow, it collapsed. I haven't looked at it in a while. Same idea. You just have to flag out the 1 hour and see if it can break back above the 200. But you're basically digging for diamonds down there at the depths of the sea. Is there a shooting star on the 4 hour on BTC? Ben with you said 2020. This market, in my opinion, is worse than the last bear market. People are completely over crypto. Only ones here are the bros. Oh yeah, no, this is way different. They stripped us to the bare bone skeleton. You're the man, Sammy. Can we get OKE, New York Stock Exchange, please? OKE. Oniok Inc. on the New York Stock. And a nice flag on the 1 hour time frame. You ain't kidding. Nice flag on the daily. Showing signs of what's I call consolidation. Not amazing, not the best, not the worst. Might come back and down a couple more times inside that area, building this distribution, but man, that tells me it is going to move soon to 126. It's a nice call. That's it. Even, yeah, I just go after these and hit 3 out of 10 of them, and that's my life, man. And sometimes I hit 8 out of 10, and sometimes it gets really crazy, right? So, like, I like that as a call, dude. That looks cool. Daily chart ready to go with the sauce. I don't own any of this. I've never researched. I don't know exactly what it is. Shooting star on Bitcoin on the 4 hour time frame. Let's just take a look at BTC on another chart by itself. Delete all the work and kind of just look at it clean on the 4 hour here. He's saying a shooting star. Shooting star is an up and down doji. That's a shooting star usually there, but you know, the 4 hours attempting to bottom. I don't understand what's happening here. The 6 hours said, I'm not going to lose the 200, and I'm super oversold. I thought by the end of the stream, my 6 hour trade was going to be up nice. I'm confused. I bought the tweezer bottom. I got a bullish engulfing candle. By those odds, you know what I mean? And then I got a bullish candle. Then I got a down. But then this candle was bullish engulfing up until the last hour. It felt like for the last 20 minutes. This candle was big until like 11:42, and then just boom. Now it's hanging here, and now we got this bull div again. Now I can long this yet again, but I can't long until I front run the green candle. See, it's like the rules of buying. Turns green again, I'll go at it again. It's like a treadmill, man. They keep making me do the same thing again and again and again. Eventually, it's firmly pushing that we're going to get the pump. Higher lows and higher highs in the smaller time, even here. That's a low high. We busted that high. That's a low. We busted that low. I suggest that we grate through this high before we take that low out. The trend has now told me that we should go to the upside. This is simple stuff. Taking forever to plan out, play out, and do what it's supposed to do. They just keep like not letting price live. It's look at this weird hunting, Anyway, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and being amazing. Shout out to Kit the Crick for all the awesome super chats. Shout out to Manuel. Shout out to Andy McGee. Shout out to everybody here. Let me see if I can get everyone here. Underground Cryptos, ZM9688, Official Plebes, 2022. Thank you. That's a long time. Sean Dawn, 54. Underground Marcus, thank you so much. AOMX Genesis, Manuel, Chef 33 Lifer. Want to make sure I shot everybody out that throws down. It's Nerky 530P2. Mike M9078 in the house. God bless you all. You people are amazing. I'm going to keep kicking it every single day. I might take a couple naps today. Tomorrow we'll be back stronger than ever. Still did pretty good. I still thought we brought the energy stronger than any, but yeah. Just definitely feel somewhat foggy. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much. May God bless each and every one of you for being awesome and amazing. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day. And yeah, stay inside the Discord. Go to CryptoLifer.com to find out more. Go to Weeks if you want to trade live with me on Weeks, which has been a vicious up and down price action every time. Lately, since I've done these Weeks events, it's been some vicious price action. Absolutely vicious. Look, they almost took out my other long, but I'm still in it now in the 6-hour time frame with a bit of a double bottom, but it's choppy jalopy here. Now I look for the 5-minute to either do a show. Either the 5-minute is going to do a massive inverted right here. It's going to have some type of V-shaped recovery, or it's going to make a bit of a flag. As it hits the 21, it continues to dump. You see? Okay. God bless you and your loved ones. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Extremely oversold 6-hour. What the heck are they doing to us, folks? Our indicators are telling us that they're in an extreme position, but price action is not acting the way it's supposed to. I don't know what else to tell you. All we have to do is use stop losses and continue to grind every day. I can't change what I'm doing. So, shout out to everybody here. This is where they'll question your trading style. You'll switch it up. You'll do something silly. This is where the discipline really matters. I'm telling you, I'm being tested right now every day. And so are you. I love you all. Thank you so much. The secret to success is getting started and keeping it moving. Stay disciplined. Don't let negative energy get in the way. Stay away from negative people. Keep it positive. Keep talking positive things to yourself. Telling yourself you're going to win. You can, you will. You are the best. And don't over leverage and don't over risk, man. Please, dear gosh. This market is tough. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the Discord. Go to CryptoLifer.com to jump on in and hang out with me every single day. I'll see you on the next one.